Alright, we're going to go over what it sold over the last 3 weeks. Uh, so I obviously fell a little behind on these videos. So we're just going to catch up now with the last 3 weeks, which as you can see is quite a lot of stuff when you add it all up to 3 different weeks. So, and then the other thing was, that's obviously won't be in here. Oh, now I'm thinking about it, there's at least one thing on Mercari that I forgot to pull up. But the other thing was we did a yard sale, what was it, 2 weeks ago? And that was trash. I only made, I don't even remember at this point. It was 300, 350, I think. Somewhere in that range, which for me was abysmal. I remember one of the last ones at the old house, I made $1,000 that weekend. I also, I'm pretty sure I had a lot more stuff out for that sale. Compared to this one, I didn't have a ton of stuff. I only had like 3 tables worth of stuff, and I definitely have a lot more that could have went out. Um, like I said, but the new house, the location is not that good for yard selling, as we found out. It's just not great because there's not parking is the biggest thing, and then from the one direction, there's a bunch of bushes and crap, so you can't really get a look at the sale. If you're coming the one direction, you'd have to completely turn around, which just isn't easy to do. Or you going around the block. It just is not the best. So, and it was ironic because there was at the old house, that street was doing a block sale the same weekend. So, as we told our old neighbor, we should have rented out his front lawn because he wasn't even in town, and maybe it would have been better. But it was. But the other thing for that block sale last year is us being out on the corner. It helped draw people into the block. So I don't know about being on the side street if that would have helped or not. So, anyways, that is come and passed. So let's get into what is sold. So starting off with this New Orleans, Louisiana fire patch, $3.99. Next is this Michigan Association of Firefighters patch, $9.99 in that. And some of these you'll see in this format and some are in the other. Um, just because I didn't want to have to see original listing 1,000 times. Um, it doesn't really matter on the patches. Shipping's $1, so because that's the only thing with this, it doesn't show you shipping. But for the most part, my stuff is either free ship or on the patches it's $1 shipping, so it doesn't. That's not a big deal. So you'll see that as we go through. Next is this Brevard County, Florida, at $6.99. Oh. Next is this Seattle, Washington Fire at $4.99. Next was this Funko Pop Marvel Comics King Daredevil little pop, $12.99 free ship on this. These are not the great. Oh, this one had box damage too. But the guy got it and he was happy with it. So this came from a lot of just a bin of toys that the pallet place was selling that was way overpriced. That was a horrible buy. Definitely would not do that again this year if they're available again. Something that probably could have just went out of the yard sale. I don't know. These are just not easy to get rid of for the most part. Because I mean, you can see there's a ton of them listed, and they don't sell for much. But here's what it is. Next was this pair of Crocs Swiftwater Comfort Triple Strap Sandals. $29.99 free ship on those. Those actually came from the Amazon shoe palette that I got. Next was this Orbit Easy Set 6 station sprinkler timer for $24.99 free ship on this. And these, if I remember right, it was missing the screws, I think, but I had the keys. and it might have had a couple scratches on it, but otherwise it was fine. It was pretty much new. And you can see this is one of the first few things I listed from this house. You can tell by the background because it's got the paneling on it. From when the photo table was over against the paneling, it's against the wall now. Next is this pair of Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star High Street mid gray shoes, men's size 9. So those for $64.99 free ship. Got it online Kohl's arbitrage for $24.50. Next is this Miramar Fire $5.99, and this is from a newer lot that I had found that was actually in my inventory. There was just a bin of, I have a whole box of just old patches that I packed up when we moved. Stuff that was left over from lots, pretty much is what a lot of it was. It was, I'd get down to, sometimes I'd get down to like 5-10 patches and just never actually fully finished listing the entire lot. Some of them they're just harder to find. They're ones that are harder to find. I always start with the simple ones like this, where it literally tells you on it what state it is, and then I'll go through and do ones where I got to do a little bit of research to try and figure out where they're from. So sometimes they just never got around to actually listing them. But this was a whole lot that I had bought that had a mildew smell to them. So I just threw them in bags with a dryer sheet and just been letting them sit. And I finally, now that we moved, I'm gonna go through those patches and start listing some of that stuff again, because it's just obviously super easy to throw up a couple patches every day to get, to be listing every day for eBay for the algorithm, instead of doing whole listings, which I do need to do tomorrow. Well, today now, because I've got quite a bit of death pile to get through. Next is this Conwego Township Police, $7.99. Next is Union Hose Company, Middletown, Pennsylvania, $7.99. Next, Prince George County Fire, $4.99. This Lambs Terrace Fire, $3.99. This Landisburg, Pennsylvania Fire at $7.99. Everett and Fire in Bedford County, Pennsylvania, $7.99. Next, it's been a while. Sold another one of these FutureWise slug creams, $16.99 free ship on that. As you can see, we're getting down there. 8 of those left. Next was this pair of Crocs Disney Lilo and Stitch clogs, women's size 7, men's size 5. I kind of obviously bought these as I think I ended up buying these as a men's 5, but obviously as a women's 7, it's these are more desirable for women than men, so that's why we put the women's size first. So $59.99 free ship, and as you can see, I'm all sold out of them. Got them for $25 on Crocs, probably for a 2 for $50 sale if I had to guess. This is where I got them from. Next was this Fairview Park Police patch in Ohio, $4.99. Next one was this Norcent DVD video remote control, $8.99 free ship on it. As you can see, I paid $2.34 a piece when you piece them out. The lot that this came in, but of course it sounds better when you just put them all. You just count it as a lot, not the individual piece count. Next was another FutureWise slug cream. Next was this pair of classic American flag clogs, size 12 men's, $54.99 free ship on those. As you can see, out of stock on those. I got these from Crocs for $23 when they were clearancing them out at some point, and these were cross listed to Mercari and ended up pulling that after the last pair of these sold and then relisted them on eBay. Next, another pair of Crocs. This Yukon Vista 2 flip-flops. Sold those for $39.99 free ship. Got those online from Kohl's clearance event for $11.25 a piece. Next was the Stewbridge, Massachusetts Fire, $5.99. Another Landisburg, Pennsylvania Fire. I'm pretty sure there was two different ones. I'm pretty sure this is a different one, right?
5, 6, 5, 7, 8, 7.
No, that looks literally the same. Okay. No, oh, this I'm pretty sure it was a quantity of 2. Okay, yeah, it was. That makes a lot more sense. Next was this Miami-Dade County Fire at $3.99. Next was this Keurig K-Slim K-Cup coffee maker. Sold that for $70. Oh no, it wasn't quite 70. It was just under the or best offer. Because they had sent out like a 5% off offer before, and then someone had messaged me a few days after it expired if it was still an option, and it wouldn't let me send the offer through the message. I had to add a best offer and told them to send it through them. So they did, which this was something I'd taken down and relisted, and I redid the photos on this as well, and I just happened to get lucky on that one that sold and just haven't been able to move them since. These, I'm pretty sure when I first looked them up, were pretty good, but they've just tanked apparently. They're just not selling. So I just got lucky with the one. We'll keep them around for a while. Probably could have put them out at the yard sale and sold them. Maybe. I could probably put these on Facebook as well and try and move some of them that way. As well, since I got 5 others, I can do a couple on Facebook and then keep like 1 or 2 on here. Alright, next is this Lake Elsinore, California, $7.99 in that. Next, Cottage Grove Fire, $5.99 on that. Next, Seaside, Oregon Fire Rescue, $5.99 on that one. Next, this was a nice sale that when it came in. This pair of Merrell Agility Peak 5 shoes. Sold them for $120. Free ship. Not through eBay authentication, which is nice. And this also came from the Amazon shoe palette. It had a couple of nice sneakers in there. A couple of $100+ shoes, and this pair was one of them. And it was nice too to not have to send it through authentication, because then I have to take it to FedEx, and obviously with it selling non-authentication, I can just ship it out through the post office and not have to make this separate trip. And they left feedback too. They're happy, so it worked out. Next was this Poulsbo Fire in Kitsap County, Washington for $6.99. This I think was one of the a couple of those patches that I relisted sold like instantly. Stuff that maybe should have been put to auction. I don't know, kind of just over auction stuff. I just usually put it at. If I think it is something that's might be a little more rare or valuable, I will put it at like $7 or $8 or $9. And then if it sells, kind of thing. Next was another pair of the American flag Crocs. This time size 11. Sold those for $54.99 free ship, and I'm on my second to last pair because these are cross listed as well. I'll probably pull the Mercari listing and just put it as a quantity of 2 on here, and hope that they'll sell on here instead. Because I'm Mercari, things don't really, for me, they don't tend to sell at full price. They almost always are on some kind of discount. Either when I'd send out offers, which is not very often because they want you to take off a ridiculous amount, or every once in a while someone will shoot me like a message with an offer or something. So, but for me, Mercari is just not that great, but it does help move a little bit of product. Next was this Hendersonville Fire, $6.99. Next was this Jops support wear, like compression socks. Got those from Goodwill for $4. There's another similar pair as well, but I sold that a while ago. So $21.99 free ship on those. Next, this Atlanta Fire, $3.99. Next, this was also a very nice sale when I seen that it came in. This Anker Solix PS200 solar panel. This is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was like literally just the solar panel. Yeah, just the portable solar panel. But it was brand new in the box. Completely brand new, factory sealed and everything. I opened it up just to verify because I don't trust anything that comes through Home Depot liquidation. But as you can see, this was a different kind of photo too. I ended up taking this upstairs at the old house. This is where my bedroom door is, and you can tell the age of it. Yeah, April, because the doors are painted. So it was obviously when after the house was put on the market. But anyways, sold that for $350, free ship. And this was like on the higher end of comps. I figured I'd just price it up a little and wait for it to sell because it doesn't take up a ton of space. So they came on the Home Depot steamer palette, which they had all those steamers on it, and I've done pretty well on that palette, especially with this $350 sale. I think it ended up being like $300 after shipping and fees, or was it like $300 after fees or something ridiculous? I want to say that's what it was. It was like after fees. The fees are almost $50. Probably could have sold it locally for $300 too, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Sell it on eBay. Don't matter to me. Next was this pair of ASIC Gel Venture 9s. These nice black running shoes, and I don't know if I'd really call these running shoes, but these were a men's size 8, so that's why these took quite a bit longer to sell. But I sold it for $60 free ship. Got these my very first in-store Kohl's clearance event back in February for $26. Next was this pair of Columbia men's Newton Ridge +2 hiking boots, size 9.5. Sold these for $50. Free ship. I actually got these Goodwill online for $23. It was actually the local Goodwill too that was selling these on their website. So I could have got it for a bit cheaper, not having to pay for shipping, but since I don't have my license, I can't just go pick it up from Goodwill, so I just had them ship it to me. But 5 days from now, though, I am taking my road test, so we'll see by next week if I am gonna be able to just start going and getting stuff, start going and doing stuff myself. Next was this Fire Service Exploring Patch, $3.99 on that. Next, this is something I'm kind of surprised took so long to sell. Was this Passaic County, New Jersey Fire Academy patch, Firefighter 2 for $7.99. And this is old stock. This was something I had listed and then took down and relisted because I figured this is something someone would want for their collection. Next was this GE 100-watt light bulb. There's actually two of them to the same person, $17.99 a piece, and I got only 9 left. That doesn't seem right, because there's like 6 in a box, and I have one that has 2 downstairs. I'll have to check next time I go to storage. I have to check the count on these light bulbs because that seems off. I'll have to check. Next was this SCFD Shelby County, Tennessee Fire Engine 67, $5.99 on that. Next was this pair of Wednesday Crocs collab women's size 9. Sold it for $60 free ship. Got these online from Crocs for $25. Probably again part of a 2 for $50 event. I hate this City of Tonawanda dispatch thing where they do it on police and fire radio, because I have the 2 separate radios that comes in on both, and it's just double speaking. You can't always hear what they're saying. Anyways, back to the product. So I picked up 2 pairs of these because I wasn't entirely sure about if these would sell or not, even though I'm pretty sure when I originally looked them up, the sell-through rate was pretty good. But again, it was a case of it just wasn't. I wasn't hitting the algorithm. I wasn't getting the sales off of them. But now that I think it came back for a new season, sometime around now or soon or something, that these sold again, or that these sold. So probably because it had the new season coming up. Okay, that's interesting. Burglar alarm from the post office. Interesting. Especially considering that post office has had. Well, it was the mailboxes out front that someone had broken into and stolen mail and checks out of. So that's interesting. But that one sounded like it was for the building, not the mail, not for anything else. Anyways, next was Buffalo Bills New Era 2023 training camp hat. Sold that for $27.99. Free ship. And of course, obviously just in time because the season is starting up again. And actually, I went through all my NFL hats and took them down and relisted them because it's now obviously football season. Next was another pair of the size 12 American flag Crocs. Next was this Nike Air Max Gotera 2.0 triple black boots. Men's size 8.5, a little on the small side, but I'm pretty sure that was my only option. When I got these from Snipes, and I paid up for these $40 back in September of 2024, so almost a year ago. I finally sold it. Oh yeah, I had 2 pairs. Okay, because it was crossless. Oh, it's cross-listed. I should double check and pull it from Mercari. That's why it's only got a quantity of 1, because I'm pretty sure I did relist this, but I forgot that it was cross-listed. So anyway, sold it for $100 plus the $15 authentication. And this one was interesting because the buyer sent me a message after he had bought it, giving me his address to ship it to. And I told him that's not how this works. It goes to an authenticator, then it goes to you. I don't ship it directly to you. I don't know if because he wants it faster or what, but he said okay. He didn't ask to cancel it or anything, so whatever. We'll get sent out tomorrow. Like I said, another pair of the Wednesday clogs. And then the last thing was this Philadelphia Rescue 1 patch. Alright, let's go over to the other account real quick. Only a couple of things on here. Next is Pensacola, New Jersey Police, $5.99. This Florida Department of Agriculture Customer Service Division, a forestry patch, $6.99. Oh yeah, the negative did fall off. Next was City of Miami Police Subdued, $5.99. Next, this Montgomery County, Pennsylvania Sheriff's at $5.99. And the last thing was this Fort Lauderdale Police Hat Patch at $3.99. Alright, that is it. And thank God I am tired of talking. So, that is it for what is sold over the last 3 weeks. I will try to get back into being consistent with these videos. I know I've been kind of obviously slacking because I've missed the last 3 weeks, but I'll try to get back into getting these done. Kind of same with the dumpster dive videos. I've been kind of late on a couple of them as of late, because I'm not always going out every night. I've been kind of slacking a bit because I've been out helping my aunt at her pizza delivery job, so I've been kind of slacking on going out some nights, and because of that, the videos get kind of off. Because of that, because there's not really necessarily a lot of footage, and it's also because I hate editing, absolutely hate it. It's the most mind-numbing, boring part of this process. I don't mind filming stuff. It's just sitting down and editing is what I just don't like. So that's another reason why the videos have been kind of slacking. So, that is it. I will, in theory, see you guys next week.